This is a 1968 Camaro Convertible. It's an original V8 car. It's got power steering, power disc brakes. It's got a power top, automatic transmission. I'll put my seatbelt on. It's actually got 5 sets of seatbelts, which is nice. Actually has all the seatbelts. The front 2 and the rear 3. Touch of the key, fires right up, really without even pumping the gas. Take it for a drive. Nice brisk Georgia morning, November morning. This is a fantastic driver. I've been keeping an eye on these cars and kind of get made fun of at the shop because I always say to about every vehicle, this is the one I want to keep, but this one's really kind of at the top of my list of cars that I'd like to keep, just because they're so rare. I mean, this is such a desirable car. I love Mustang convertibles, Camaros, since they only made them for the 3 years. They're just so cool. Plus, honestly, I think this is a better driving car than the Mustang, the equivalent Mustang. The suspension was better, the drivetrain was better. I've had lots of Mustangs. I've probably had 45 or 50 Mustangs over the past 4 years, and this is my first generation Camaro that I've ever had, and I have to say it's a superior car for a driver, for sure. These cars, the sky's the limit on the price on these things, and this is an opportunity to own one for a great price. Transmission shifts out great. This car's cruise is so nice. Doing 60 right now. I mean, like it's nothing. I mean, it's a great cruiser. It handles perfectly. I mean, it steers with one finger. Power steering works great. See, I do my one finger test on the steering wheel there. Turn signal return switch works properly. But the kickdown works good. The drivetrain in this car is just superb. I mean, the engine runs great. Transmission shifts out perfect. There's no whines or squeals or anything like that. The car drives perfectly straight. The steering wheel's perfectly straight aligned. It's got brand new tires. Brakes stop well. One of the downsides of the first generation Camaros is you don't get a lot of information on, we better stop, original engines and things like that. It's a lot tougher to discern you know, originalities of these vehicles. I'm gonna pull in here in the parking lot. And you can just hear the car it just steers so easily. It's so smooth. At some point somebody did an engine swap in this thing and it's got the block numbers on it. It's a 283/307 block. But it sounds great. I mean, it runs good. It's a great cruiser. No smoke or anything. I mean, it drives great. It's got a nice sound to it. I'm gonna pop the hood. Normally I go all out and do engine detail and stuff. I didn't on this one just because just wasn't sure what the next person wanted to do. This is the kind of car that people really want to try and make personal. But you can just hear the engine sounds great. Purrs like a kitten. Like I said, power disc brakes, power steering. Really, for being a small engine, it's still got a nice aggressive tone to it, good enough for a cruiser. She's got a power top and the button is located up underneath the dash. Actually works perfectly. I'm not going to put it all the way up, I just wanted to show that it works. And it's got the glass in the back. Glass, just pop it up and zip it in. It's a brand new top. Alright, I'll take it back down. All the windows roll up and down like new. I think this is really cool because it's still got the original glass in it. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to try and put my hand behind there, but it says Astro ventilation on there. This is really cool. That's that original glass for this car. All the windows roll up and down perfectly. The regulators work like they're supposed to. Carpet appears to be new. Upholstery appears to be new. Got your shades up here, look new. The dash is new. It's very nice. Not a single crack or anything like that. Steering wheel looks nice and new. The billet center on it. Horn does work. Seat covers are brand new. Door panel's in great shape. It says Camaro here. It is missing on the other side. Couple little things, you know, I would go and order the factory replacement style radio with the new iPod jack. You know, it's missing the little thing here. It does have a center console, that's nice. Doors open and close like they should. Body on this car is super straight. Somebody did put the 350 emblem and the Super Sport emblem on it. I don't believe it's a Super Sport. I think people just like doing that. That's not me personally. I don't really like, I'm not a clone vehicle unless you're gonna just go all the way and do it perfect. I'm just not a clone vehicle kind of guy, but it looks really cool. Driving down the road, nobody really knows. Of course, you've got the rally wheels, brand new radial BF Goodrich radial TAs. This is a California car, by the way. And the owners of this vehicle just moved here about a year ago from Southern California. had another baby. Time to get rid of the Camaro and buy a minivan. Too bad for them. I put my babies in my Camaro. Or my Mustangs. Actually, this is my first one, but Mustangs I've had a bunch, and we let the kids ride in it. I'm not too proud to strap a baby seat in the back of a Mustang. Very clean. Like I said, it's a California car, so it's super clean underneath. The body's super straight on it. The only spots of rust that we've seen on the entire car, I'm going to show the underneath first, and I'll show you frame rails, floor pans, all in fantastic shape. There's only 2 spots of rust we've seen on the entire car, and that is the rust on the bottoms of the doors, and that's just because from over time they didn't vent out very good, the water, and just there's a tiny little spot here that's the worst of it, on the front of the doors and the back of the door on both sides. Other than that, there is no rust on this car. And that's, like I said, just because the water just never vented out of those things like it should have. Of course, it's got the wrong sway bar in it. You can see that, it just sticks down too low. This is a very original car. Now, don't believe that it was an original black car. I think it was a different color. It may have been green or something unattractive. There you go. There's a little spot right there on the door and a little spot on the back. And I am not kidding when I say we went bumper to bumper on this car, and I can't find, we see any other rust. I mean, it has all the makings of a California car. Everything's super, super clean. It does have a couple scratches. I don't know why. It may have been vandalism. Somebody decided to scratch the top of the hood. There's 3 spots right there. There's one right there. And then, of course, other than that, it doesn't have any other major scratches on it, but it looks like somebody came up with a key or something, decided they wanted to scratch that right there and here. Honestly, this car could probably get away with being taken to the paint shop and having a few $100s worth of touch-ups done to it to make it look sharp. But that's not really what this car is. Anybody who's watching this video right now and is considering buying this car knows what these things are worth. The sky's the limit. Depending on how you do your restoration on this thing, the sky's the limit. There's another guy on eBay right now. He's got a Camaro Convertible sitting on blocks as a project. Now, granted, I think it's a real SS or RS project he wants 16,000 bucks for. You know, I mean, these things are just so desirable and so rare. If it was me and I was keeping this one, which I really want to keep it actually, I'd put a tonneau cover on it. I'd take it to the paint shop and have them put a nice paint on it. I'd probably put a different exhaust, and I'd just drive it like it is. Finish off the stuff like the radio and the little pieces that are missing from the interior. You could put very, very little in this car and just be done with it and enjoy it and drive it without putting a ton of money in it. You could have one seriously nice black, triple black Camaro, 68 Camaro Convertible. Black exterior, black interior, black top. Under 20 grand. Where everybody else is going to have over 30 in theirs. And that's what I love about this car, because you're picking it up as a driver. So once again, my to-do list on this car for a nice driver would be get the paint redone, finish up the odds and ends on the interior, buy a convertible boot cover, and then drive it. Everything else about it's great. Somebody's gonna have a blast with this thing. This is probably my #1.